There it goes.
We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 323398, and the second case is cause number 326796. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus August Jamad Griffin. Mr. Griffin was summoned to be here in court on our announcement docket this morning at 9 a.m. Mr. Griffin is not in the courtroom. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of August Griffin?
August Griffin. August Griffin. First file, Charge.
Mr. August Griffin was scheduled to be in court this morning on today's date at December 4th of 2020 for the announcement docket at 9 a.m. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. He did not answer. His name was just called again by the bailiff of this court, and the time is 10:34 a.m. and Mr. Griffin did not answer again. Therefore, a reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Griffin an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited. State, do you have any objections?
No objections.
No objections. Mr. Griffin's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. Heather Areka, we on the record in cause number 324664, the state of Texas versus Heather Irene Areka. Ms. Areka, name was just called. She did not answer. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Heather Areka?
Heather Areka. Heather Areka. First file, Charge.
Ms. Areka was scheduled to be in court this morning on today's date of December 4th of 2020 for the court's announcement docket at 9 a.m. Her name was called at or about 9 a.m. She did not answer then. Her name was just recently called again by the courthouse bailiff by this court's bailiff at the courthouse door. And the time is 10:35 a.m. Miss Areka has not answered. Therefore, a reasonable time has passed to give her an opportunity to be here. Her bond will be forfeited. State, do you have any objections?
No objections.
No objections. Ms. Areka's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for her arrest. Eliza Rios, we're on the record in cause number 326400. The state of Texas versus Eliza Anae Rios. Miss Rios' Miss Rios was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's announcement docket on today's date of December 4th of 2020. Miss Rios is not present in the courtroom. Her name was called at or about 9 a.m. this morning by the court's bailiff. She did not answer. The bailiff, would you please call the name of Eliza Rios?
Eliza Rios. Eliza Rios. First file, Charge.
Ms. Rios' name was called again by the court's bailiff. The time is 10:36 a.m. on today's date of December 4th of 2020. A reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Rios an opportunity to appear in court. Ms. Rios did not answer, therefore her bond will be forfeited. State, you have any objections?
No objections.
Okay, no objections. Ms. Rios' bonds will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for her arrest. This will conclude the calling of the announcement docket. Let's see, let's call the motion to revoke probation docket. Okay, we're on the record in cause number 317136, the state of Texas versus Jennifer Lane Berry. Ms. Berry is not present in the courtroom. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Jennifer Lane Berry?
Jennifer Berry. Jennifer Berry. No response, Your Honor.
Ms. Berry was scheduled to be in court for the motion to revoke probation docket, which is scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of December 4th of 2020. At or about 9 a.m., the court bailiff called the name of Jennifer Berry. Ms. Berry did not answer. The bailiff again called her name at 10:38 a.m. this morning. She again did not answer. Therefore, a reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Berry an opportunity to appear in court. She did not appear in court, therefore her bond will be forfeited. State, you have any objections?
No objections.
Ms. Berry's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for her arrest. We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 324572 and cause number 325242. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Allison Ray Garcia. Ms. Garcia is not present in the courtroom. Mr. Bailiff, would you call the name of Allison Garcia?
Allison Garcia. Allison Garcia. No response, Your Honor.
Ms. Allison Garcia is not in court. Her name was called at or about 9 a.m. on today's date of December 4th. She did not answer then. Her name was again called at 10:49 a.m. on today's date. She did not answer. Reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Garcia an opportunity to appear in court. Therefore, her bond will be forfeited. State, you have any objections?
No objections.
Ms. Garcia's bond shall be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for her arrest. We're on the record in cause number 325334, the state of Texas versus Hilton, Washington. Mr. Washington is not in court. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Hilton, Washington?
Hilton, Washington. Hilton, Washington. No response, Your Honor.
Mr. Hilton, Washington was scheduled to be in court on today's date of December 4th of 2020 for the court's motion to revoke probation docket, which was scheduled at 9 a.m. Mr. Washington's name was called, Mr. Hilton Washington's name was called by the bailiff at or about 9 a.m. Mr. Washington did not answer. His name was again called by the court's bailiff at 10:40 a.m. and he again did not answer. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited because a reasonable time has passed to give him an opportunity to be in court. State, do you have any objections?
No objections.
No objections. Mr. Hilton Washington's bond in cause number 325334 shall be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest.